August 2013, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, type 2 diabetic, and on August 13th, I was diagnosed with fatty liver disease. That date was the date that really set the course for me. When the doctor told me that I had fatty liver disease and if I kept going the way I was going, that I was going to die at an early age just like my father did at 64 of a massive heart attack. That set it in stone. That's when I decided that I had to do something different with my life and my health for my family and my daughter. August 13th of last year, when I left the doctor's office, I had called my wife and told her the diagnosis, and I also told her what I was going to do the very next day, and that was go to the gym and do something more than what I had done in the past, which was nothing. So on that first day at the gym, my goal was to walk 1 mile on the treadmill and then get onto the elliptical and just do it for 2 minutes. I set a goal each week to increase by 2 more minutes on the treadmill or 2 more minutes on the elliptical, and just built it one day at a time.
What I really think is commendable is there's a lot of people out there that set goals and then say, okay, this is what I want to do, and then they just sort of set it aside. They don't think about it. And when they set that goal, they don't recognize sometimes, I'm not saying this is always the case, but they don't recognize sometimes the work that they're going to have to put into it in order to make that happen. And that's why I say he set a wonderful example for everyone. All right, he set that goal, but he recognized what it was going to take. And day in and day out, he's out there, he's working out. And so, I commend him for it.
Kind of decided, okay, I want to set a goal for 6 months into my journey. That's when I was approached by a coach out at one of the local high schools where I announced sporting events, and she asked me to run a 5K that they were putting on for their cross-country team. That scared me to death. I really did not ever see myself as a runner, even more as a fast walker for that matter. But that was the challenge that I needed. That was the challenge that gave me the idea, okay, it's about 6 months into my journey. Let's go ahead and sign up for it and work towards it. It gave me something to strive for. In February of 2014, that 5K approached, and I was able to run the whole thing and beat my time goal of being under 45 minutes. I did not care about being first, second, third. It did not matter to me. What mattered to me was being able to complete it with the goals that I had in mind, and also having my family there to support me there at the finish line, which my daughter Madison was able to run the last 50 yards with me, which I would have never thought in my wildest dreams I would have been able to run a 5K.
Biggest difference I've seen in Alex is his drive to be healthy. His drive in what we eat at lunch at Antonio's once a week. His drive to just be getting up every morning at 5. And I just think it's so neat to see him every time he posts on Facebook. When I've been sleeping, he's been running his tail off. And he's just consistently done that for a year. I think that's awesome.
So after completing the 5K, I thought to myself, okay, I've done the 5K. So I thought, well, let me see by my year mark if I can run a 10K. So instead of waiting, I went ahead and signed up for one. And it was April of this year in Fort Worth at the Stockyards, and was able to complete a 10K. I really want to push towards a full marathon. The one I have marked on the calendar is for October 2015 in Washington, D.C., the Marine Corps Marathon. I'll sign up for it in February of 2015, and we'll see if I get picked for the lottery to be a part of their 40th anniversary run in Washington, D.C.
It was probably the beginning of this year was when I really saw it, because he brought his daughter to the father-daughter, mother-son Valentine dance, and I took a picture, And when I pulled it up to crop it and put it on Facebook, I'm like, wow. I mean, he was a totally different person.
So when I started my journey last August, I was going to my regular family doctor every 3 months to check my 3-month sugar levels, to blood work, to see how my medications needed to be revised or changed to be in those levels where my body was normal. In June, I went to the doctor for my regular scheduled appointment, and the doctor was able to tell me at that time, on that day in June, that I no longer was a diabetic.
I'm Dr. Greg Hoffman, and I've been treating Benjamin Phillips, and he's done a great job with diet and exercise, and according to his latest numbers, Ben is no longer a diabetic. He's treated himself and cured himself with diet and exercise, so we're real proud of him.
I was also taken off my high blood pressure medicine, which to me, this was probably the biggest goal on my list to mark off, was to get off all of my medications that I was taking at 36, 37 years old. My first weight was 346 pounds. At my 11-month mark of July 13th, 2014, I was 246 pounds. I'd hit my goal, 100 pounds within a year. And I got it done 30 days earlier than what I wanted to do. And I could not have done it without the people that are around me, the people that have supported me throughout my journey so far.
I like that already in his next 2 years, he has goals for that too. So the plan for him over the next 2 years involves more achievement. Why would that not happen since it's already happened so far?
I learned something new every day along the way on this journey. The biggest thing is being patient, not worrying about the number on the scale, not worrying about what other people think, just worrying about myself and how I can make better decisions in every aspect of my life, not just nutritionally and not just physically with my workouts. My advice to anybody that wants to go on the same journey that I'm going on or that I've been on so far is just don't stop. Even if you're barely moving, you're still moving. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not a 3-month process. It's not a 6-month process. It's not a 6-year process. It's the way that you're going to live your life the rest of your life. And for your mind to believe that, your body will follow.